Hey guys, welcome in, art peeps. This week we have a little Christmas festive color wheel tree, Christmas tree, in a kind of color wheel style, with mixing some colors. It's going to be really fun, and it turns out really awesome. A whole bunch of ideas and examples to show you guys. Whatever tools that you guys have, you guys can use. There's a couple different ways and versions that I'll show you. Oil pastels is probably what I would use for my class, so I have a really cool example at the end as long as you stick around for that. Speaking of sticking around, which I hopefully you guys will stick around, and this isn't your only video of Mr. Shooties that you've watched. Every Saturday, every weekend, I come out with new videos, so please click the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, and click the bell for newest, get notified every single week. So let's get back to using crayons in this version, and not only just crayons, but just these three crayons, which happen to be the primary colors. Primary colors are the most important colors, my red, blue, and yellow. Why are they the most important colors? Because they can make every single color. So when I mix these two, what do I get? When I mix these two, what do I get? And what was the last one? When I mix these two, what do I get? So they make all the colors in the color wheel. So I'm going to start out with just these three colors when I start to coloring, but I'm not ready to color yet because I haven't drawn anything yet. I'm going to start out with my Christmas tree. I'm going to do it in pencil and then probably go over it with my, oops, there we go, Sharpie. Right in the middle, I am going to start out with a triangle, top part of it. So just a upside down V. And then under that, I'm going to do some curvy lines. After that, again, I'm going to copy that V, but this time I'm going to make it a little bit wider. And then again, my bumpy or curvy line. And then the next one. And each one, I'm going to go a little bit wider with that. And I have to hit 6. So I got 1, 2, 3. So I need 3 more. So I'm going to go through that real quick. All right, awesome. So there I have it. I'm going to cap it off at the bottom with a line going down, over, and up. That is going to be my tree trunk. And also on the bottom, I'm going to put a little mat on here. So I'm going to have a line going from this way, a line going from that way, and then a diagonal one, and then cap off that. And that kind of looks like a little mat underneath the tree. Simple as for the side, I will do a straight line on this side and a straight line on this side. That'll be kind of our wall, which separates our background from our wall to our floor. Floor will be down here. And I'm gonna give the option to you guys. You can do squares in the background. If you wanna do windows or a picture, I think I might try to do both. So I'm gonna do a window or a square. Could be a little bit more like a rectangle too, if you want. And then another one on this side. Do they have to be perfectly identical? No, but I think I actually did a pretty good job on measuring both those about the same. So it's really symmetrical as we start off, and symmetry meaning that the same thing on one side is the same thing on the other side. And that helps having balance onto your artwork to make it look a little bit more professional. And then I'm going to take that and make a big circle on the top. Not that it's going to be the star on top of here, but after you make that circle, any ideas or guesses what might be on the top of our color wheel tree? Going to be a color wheel. I'm going to take that little piece, almost like a piece of the pizza, and then right from that, you could do a slice that goes on the top, and then we need 2 more slices onto our pizza pie here. So one that goes over this way, and one that goes over this way. Okay, so the reason that we have that on top is that is going to top our tree. That is going to be our tree topper with a color wheel top. How we have to do the colors is I'm going to show you a specific order that makes sense on this. If you want, you can lightly, with pencil, you don't have to do this, you can just keep note. So I'm going to do an R in this one, a Y in this one, and then I'm going to skip one and do a B. Now I did that really lightly. Hopefully you can't see it until you get really close up there.
really close up there.
But that'll give me a hint on how I do my primary colors first. So I'll go through that real fast. Brain twist in here. I can erase some of those light pencil lines, and then you can go over it with the color now that I know my color order. But my little brain twist, I didn't even go out with a Sharpie. So let's go through a Sharpie real quick. Okay, so now also would be a good time to color these main primary colors. So your yellow, your red, and your blue, you can make those look a little bit nicer. And I'm gonna take my time on that, but I think I'm gonna use a little magical powers to make it go really, really fast. Just like that, it is all done and complete. I colored in the lines as best as I could. Now let's get ready for the magic to happen. So when we start mixing our colors, there's a couple little tricks and tips that I will show you. I always start out with the lighter color. So yes, we are gonna use just these 3 colors to make all the other colors of the rainbows. I don't know how, but somehow the magic of awesome colors really, really makes this pop out and happen really right here in front of you on the page. So take your lighter color first. So in between yellow and red, it will turn into orange. So orange will be the color, but I'm gonna start out with my yellow. And then go back right over the top of it with my red, and you'll start to see the little orange start to happen. Again, I'm doing it nice and lightly. All right, starting to look a little orange. If you want to add a little yellow on top of that, you can even go back with the yellow, and that'll really push out some of that red and turn it into a little bit more of an orange. All right, I like that. Now on the top, we're gonna do the same thing. Start out with that yellow. And then add that blue right on top of that. All right, there it is right in front of you. Again, you can take that yellow and go over it, since that blue is a little stronger of a color, and it'll kind of turn like a light green. Sometimes it's hard when you're really, really close and into it, you can't see it. But then if you go from a distance, which my camera is from a distance, and then look at it, you can really start to see the difference in the colors. Okay, now we gotta do the last one. So again, I'm gonna start out with that blue, which is a little bit lighter than the red. Do a nice light version of it. This is kind of a good practice for shading too, where you're barely touching the paper, going really, really lightly. And that goes right up into our color wheel also. And then the red on top, and let's see if we can kind of get a little purple. All right, cool, doesn't that look awesome? I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my color wheel, and then I'm also gonna fill in my background as I go through it fast, but I want you to mark off for which colors are in here, because we know that that purple is gotta be made by red.
Which would be red over here. So we'd have red on this side of the color wheel, and red and blue would make purple. So you can put that blue on this side of it, and then right opposite up top would be the yellow, and then we can mix those together. And then I'm gonna do that, so that's the start of our color wheel. Obviously we know over here, yellow and red, if we mix them together, will make orange. Yellow and blue will make green on here. So
and then fancy up my background and make it really festive and fun. So let's go through that real fast. All right, you ready to see it? Bam! There it is. I think it turned out really, really fantastic. I really like this project when you can mix colors by just using the simple colors on here is all I use for the tree you want. But also I want to take my picture off here. There's my cute little family on there with the color wheel. You can see all those colors inside of it, which is what I really, really like, creating some of those colors. But I also did a lot of practicing on this one. oil pastels I got out, and I did a cool oil pastel version of it. Really similar, but the colors really pop in that. Again, you can see how those colors just mix together on there. I actually did a marker one because I wasn't sure if I was going to do a marker. I practiced with my crayons first. So all in all, this is really quite a process. This was actually where I first got the idea, along with my Starry Night idea over there, which I just did a video last week. So again, lots and lots of practice. Practice makes progress. The more that you practice, the better you get, and that's why I am better at these, because I have done this many times before, and I have confidence, and that confidence comes from doing this over and over. As always, I am Mr. Shooty. This is Mr. Shooty's art class. We'll talk to you guys later.